Hey loves, welcome back to a new video. My name is Wawina if you're new here. In today's video, I'll be speaking to you guys about my journey studying film at Wits. I know some of you guys are interested in that. It has come to my attention over the past few months. If not commenting, you guys are DMing, some emailing me and asking me about film. So I thought that this video was actually needed. I've been thinking about it. And then recently someone DM'd me and asked me to make this video, so I was like, actually girl, I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna be talking bursaries, applications, my overall experience and my journey from like first year. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I'll be leaving links as well to anything that might help you. So yeah, let's start with what the degree actually is. So my degree is 4 years first of all, and it's equivalent to an honors degree because in fourth year we are meant to do research because Wits is an academic institution before an art school or a film school, so you have to do research whether you like it or not. That's a bit of a heads up. And I'd say when I was in first year and second year, most of the degree was like 50% practical and 50% theory. There's another course called FVPA, compulsory, screen studies compulsory. Those courses really deal with like analyzing art. And then the courses that are actually offered are directing, screenwriting, editing, cinematography, experimental filmmaking, documentary. There's also sound design. We don't get marked on acting. We don't act. That is something I think people have a misconception about, because all the time, literally, when I tell people I study film, they're like, oh, so when act TV? I'm like, babe, yes, my name, but not my face. Like most of them think that I'm gonna be in front of the cam, but no, you can be. If you're interested in acting, you can be on screen, in people's films, but you're not gonna get marked for it. You can just build your portfolio and so on, but I'm a max one, babe, no. And then applications. So you have to go on the Wits self-service portal and you'll go and you see a file. That's the portfolio that you need to complete and hand in before the date closes. If you do not hand in your portfolio, forget about your spot. In first year, I think they told us there was like 2,000 applications and only like 50 people were chosen. So the competition is actually tough. Don't sit and think you're gonna get through without doing that portfolio, because you're not. Like, forget about your application. So please make sure to do that. It's very simple. So what the portfolio consists of is, one, you need to compile your CV and you have to take like 10 photographs. Each of them have different themes and you need to take photographs that match those themes. It's not hard, very easy. Look up inspiration online. If you can't understand a word, look for the definition. It'll spark ideas. Then the third thing I think is you have to write a little short story. Try and be as descriptive as possible. That's what writing is about, like details. And then what's this other thing? What's the other thing? It's the last thing. Oh, you need to pick a scene from 2 of your favorite movies. Or 1, I'm not sure. And then you need to, I think you pick 2 scenes from a movie. Well, I'm not sure. Guys, read, you'll see. And then you need to analyze that scene. My tip is that information like that is online. Guys, me, when I was like in grade 12, I didn't know close-ups, wide shots, what, this is what a close-up means, this is what a wide shot means. I didn't know, but there's information on the internet. So go on the internet, familiarize yourself with the terms, the jargon, the film jargon, and watch examples of like scene breakdowns of your favorite films, and you'll get a gist of what they want. Everything is online. That's what I'm gonna say. If you don't do it right, we don't have fun. But anyway, so moving on, bursaries. There's bursaries online for arts students. I'm gonna leave a link to ZA bursaries. When you go on ZA bursaries, there's gonna be an arts section and there's gonna be a list of other bursaries that fund our degree. You gotta have to check dates because I'm not sure of the dates right now for next year. You gotta keep a lookout if you want to get a bursary. Some of them are specific to the province that the student resides in, like GCRA, so be mindful of that as well. But you should be able to get a good bursary. NFEF is also a bursary, and I know there's like Collins or whatever, but yeah, there's a list, guys. Go there. I'm not gonna spoon feed you, do your own research as well. Okay, so something I want you guys also to understand: film school versus Wits, like a traditional film school versus Wits. So on this hand we have after City Varsity, and on this side we have Wits University. So the difference, obviously, one, this is 3 years, this is 4 years. Research, no research. For research, you can make a film or you can write a dissertation, like a long essay, I think. So it's up to you how you want to do your research. But yeah, could be theory, could be practical. Yeah, that's another difference. And then in terms of like how the course is structured, so at after you can like specialize in a discipline, like maybe screenwriting or whatever, directing, and you're gonna collab with basically people from different classes to submit to one film. Whereas at Wits, let's say I'm in cinematography and now we're told to make a film and get in a group. 5 people all doing cinematography get into one group, and in this group only one person will actually get to be the cinematographer, because another one needs to direct, another one needs to edit, another one needs to do sound, another one needs to produce. So at the end of the day, you're taking cinematography but you barely touch the camera. That is a big that's a big downfall for me. At after, people I think are held more accountable in that way because you each get marked on what you did. At Wits, people don't have any accountability because we all get the same mark for cinematography, even though you were the director, even though you were the editor. We all get marked based on that one person's performance. Another thing, in structures like that or in groups like that, people tend to get away with not doing the work. Like people slack off because they know that at the end of the day we get the same mark. So be aware of that. So guys, do think about it, because film is teamwork, and if there's one loose end, it will show in the film. It's very embarrassing sitting in that cinema and watching a whack-ass film you made in front of the whole class. Very humbling. Ask from me. I've had bad films before. It's very humbling, and moments like that made me realize, yo, I need to work with the right people. And yeah, so that's another thing you need to be aware of. I'd say another difference is obviously prices. After and City Varsity are private, but I think they do accept bursaries, but they don't accept NSFAS. And Wits obviously accepts NSFAS and other bursaries, and the costs are less. So weigh your options wisely. It's an important factor. It's a good thing to think about. That's one thing I think that threw me off from after, is that I'm gonna have to pay so much money, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do exactly yet, so I wasn't gonna like pick this one thing and stick with it. I wanted to explore, which is another thing. At Wits, man, you get to explore a lot. I don't know how to explain Wits, man. There's just like a free form thing going on. Like you just get to explore different roles throughout the years and see what it is that you really, really like if you don't know. And some people have known from day one and spent years building that craft or polishing their skills, and it's worked out for them. In terms of the work itself, the quality of work that I've seen at After is amazing. In terms of picture, like they use industry level cameras, like you can tell that they use REs, whereas us, I think the best camera we have is like the FS5, FS7, and then industry cam is like the Black Magic. Not the best camera, has the worst design in my opinion. Equipment is kind of limited, but not too limited to a point where you can't make the most out of what we have. No, in fourth year you get to book out a lot of equipment. So Tina, we milked the system. We booked equipment as much as we could. Smoke machine, the cine outer lenses that you can use with the FS5, great quality. Not as good as Ari, but great quality. But guys, to be fair, things are improving in the department. When I came in the first year, let's actually talk about my first year. When I came in first year, it was 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. I literally spent 2 months in Joburg. Was it 2 or 1? I'm not sure. I don't think I made it to March, if I'm being real. Or maybe April. I don't think I made it to April. I must have left in March. And then our degree was basically moved online. Now imagine doing a practical degree online. First year was the worst. I had to shoot with a phone. I mean, I did the best that I could, but it was so inconvenient because I feel like we missed like basics of filmmaking. And I know with sound, it kind of caught up to us because like sound used to drop at us as a class, bro. And it was hard to like actually overcome what COVID did. Man, we could have had a better year. Like in first year, I don't want to lie, I was down and out. A lot of people left. A lot of people didn't come back second year. I don't think that such things as equipment should be a big thing, because in COVID, bro, all I had was a phone, and I got golden key, bro, like from my marks in first year. So yeah, things got better when we came back in second year, started getting into the groove of things, and we kind of were hybrid, online and on campus. And then as the year went on, we started like moving back to campus fully, and we started having workshops now and learning different cameras and different lights and whatever. Another way that the curriculum is structured that kind of threw me off is that I remember in first year they used to make us watch these long films from long time ago, silent films. Only thing playing is the piano and people are there busy acting, and it's in black and white. Like those were the films that they made us watch. And then at the end of the year, they'll make us submit a 5-minute short film. And to me, that was just like, girl, how you expect me to tell a story in 5 minutes when you've been showing me how to tell a story in an hour? So that was a bit problematic. Expectations versus reality as well. It's like, it might not be a big thing, guys, but I feel like there's a conditioning in seeing something. You see it over and over again, and you kind of conditions to do what you're seeing. So in most of our films, most of my classmates would have these big ideas, and we'd have so much footage. Well, let me say for my group, we had really big ideas in terms of when it came to films. Like we had long form ideas. So I've been to AFDA and I've actually watched like final films and stuff from mostly like the graduates or the graduating class. Their work is clean, bro. Like quality, sound design, directing, it's clean. But sometimes I feel like it's commercial filmmaking. Like you can tell that they are built for the industry. It's like they're groomed to be in the industry. And I mean, if that's what you want, that's okay. On the other hand, Wits is more of like, do what you want type of school. They really are big on tuning your own voice, your own creative voice. I remember before I went to Wits, I used to be like, I want to work for big companies. Can't wait to go to America, go to Hollywood. I was just like aiming for all these things, and then I realized actually the West is not that great. And we learned about the gays, the colonial gays, and how they view us. And Wits will say decolonize the gays. We learned a lot about the self versus the other, and I think throughout the years dealing with the self in almost every course I did, mostly documentary and experimental, and obviously FEBA. I think that helped me a lot in finding my voice as a person, as a filmmaker, as an artist, as a creative. I think Wits really helped me like fine-tune who I am, what I want to say to the world, what I want to say in my films. and so on. Like Wits will say, let's hear what you have to say. Wits is not the type of school to say the industry says this, so do this, you know. So I think that's an advantage for me, because I know who I am now. Like, I know what I want to say to the world. I'm very self-aware. Funny enough, these things have actually impacted my personal life, and I'm grateful. Like, that's what the degree did for me. I'm grateful for that. As someone who struggled to articulate themselves or was never allowed to be themselves, I really appreciated that. So I moved from wanting to be in these big production companies to, I want to make my own stories. I want to tell my own stories. I don't want to work for people. I don't want to be in the industry working for people and making other people's stories for years, you know. At some point, I want to say, hey, I have a voice. Can you hear mine? So that's one thing I appreciated about Wits, is that they really helped me find my voice and, you know, speak. Like, the world deserves your perspective. That's what I was told. So yeah, that's one thing. Like, most people in our class, you'll watch their stuff and be like, okay, that person has style, that person shot that person edited that. It's very cool to see. I don't want to sit here and be biased as well and tell you guys that I had the best time of my life, and yeah, like, I'm grateful that I went to Wits. I am, but it was not easy. It was not rosy and sunny each and every day. Wits will make you work hard for that degree. EVPA, killing the youth on the other side. Like, you really have to, hey, if you're not up for that, please research, because there's a lot of writing involved. I don't mean to scare you guys, but you will write for your life. So good luck. So yeah, Wits was tricky. A lot of people told me that they lost their passion and they feel like they were let down, expectations versus reality. You know, it's valid, bro. The last 4 years have been, hey, I think we were just unlucky because of COVID, and I don't know. We were kind of sold a dream, and then this COVID came and it just ruined everything. There used to be an exchange program at school also. All those things just disappeared. You know, a lot of tradition was lost, and we were kind of like the sacrifice. Our group was the sacrifice, if I'm being real. But like I said, milk the system as much as you can. Don't think about what you don't have. Use what you do have to the best that you can. Maximize. Guys, in 4th year, you're allowed to book out a car. We drove to Eastern Cape with that car. Mind you, we don't have to pay for petrol. They give you a card, unlimited. All you have to do is log in the miles and the hours, and your license has to be more than 2 years old. So first year, make sure you already have your license. By the time you get to 4th year, you're good. You can book out the car, go to these places, shoot, whatever. Like, guys, milk the system. I think this is gonna be the end of the video. I think I've covered everything. If you have any more questions, feel free to DM me, send me an email, comment down below. You know, I'll get back to you. Good night, guys. Subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay, bye, guys.